What is going on, guys? So today I'm going to be also coming at you with a little bit of RuneScape. I haven't done this yet on this channel, and I'm hoping to kind of turn it into like a relaxing type of series, almost like an ASMR. Probably not really, but just keeping it really chill. I know I tend to listen to a lot of RuneScape and other similar type of videos when I'm trying to fall asleep at night, so just hoping to keep it nice and chill. Today we're working on a little bit of smithing. I don't really have a huge goal in mind with smithing. As you can see, my stats are pretty mediocre. I'm just starting to get into old school again. I don't know, just a lot of stuff with time constraints. And, it's been tough to get as much time. Like, I maxed out on RuneScape 3, which I'll also be doing some videos on probably. But I'm hoping that doing the videos on here will make me more consistent with playing. Really, my main goals for this account in general are going to be to get some decent equipment and work on getting some stats up. I would like to get 99 fletching, just because to have one. Eventually, I'd like to max cape. I don't foresee that happening anytime soon. But I'm going to work on getting 70 attack. I already have an Abyssal Whip in my bank. I have Bandos. I'm working up. I want to get to 75 defense for the Dragon Fire Shield. And then I want to get to 70 strength just to have it. And then also be able to get a Dragon Defender once I get these to combine 130. So I'm looking for 70 and then at least 60. I know, weird stat distribution for an old school guy. But I am a huge fan of defense. I always thought that was the coolest combat cape and everything, so my goal is to open it up and get that as one of the unlocks. From there, my username is Pope McFluff, so I want to max out defense and prayer. I'm also going to try to get, I want to do more questing on here. I've done a decent amount, not a ton, but I'd like to get to Prifdinas in this game as well. That's going to take a long time. As you can see, my farming is garbage, and I know I only need, I don't know if you need 70 for that. I haven't really looked too deep into this game's requirements yet, but I know I need to get it up to at least 25 for the Garden of Tranquility to finish a couple more quests. Agility is going to be one of my main ones I work on once I use up the rest of my steel bars. I would like to make a few extra mil. Mainly the current goal, though, is to get enough money for the Bandos Tacits. I've got unlocked already Abyssal Whip, Bandos Chestplate. I'd like to get the Bandos Tacits, and then I'm working towards, I want to do Fremenic Isles, and ultimately I'd like to have a Grazi, the Rapier. I'd like to have full Bandos with the base shield, and that Nate is not. Like I said, I'm not super experienced yet with old school, so hopefully these videos will get a little bit more informed as we go. But yeah, so I think I did the math. I would like to, for the equipment that I'm looking at, we're looking at needing to make about a bill. So between a couple of skills, I'm hoping to get another 3 to 4 mil profit out of this one from fletching, and then I'm hoping to get like 80 to 120 mil profit from smelting, from smithing, which, it's going to be terribly boring with the smelting, but again, just working on that slowly. I mean, it's not great XP per hour. I think we're talking like, yeah, 25,000-ish, which is rough, but I'm not opposed to it. It's pretty much AFK. Like, if I want to sit here, watch some TV, relax, just have a kind of like a chill chat with you guys, I can. And eventually, as my accounts progress a little bit more, I would definitely like to, start bossing on here, start bossing on my RuneScape 3 account. But that's a goal that's going to have to wait a couple days. More than a couple days, probably. But yeah, so hopefully you guys are sitting back and enjoying the relaxation. Again, never done this type of thing, so I'm hoping that it turns out alright. I apologize if you hear in the background my dog. He's in here. He's not feeling the greatest right now, so honestly I'm just happy that he's up and moving a little bit. He's a 4-month-old black lab, so he's got pneumonia right now. He started out with parvo, and then he got sick again with kennel cough at the shelter he was at, and then he had coccidia, and then he got pneumonia from the kennel cough, even though he was on doxycycline for 2 weeks. So right now we have him on a little bit of stronger stuff, some amoxicillin amongst the others. But yeah, poor guy's just been having a rough go at it with his first year of life. Just kind of letting the noises play. And I am just realizing I have had music on this whole time. So let's turn that on for a little bit of added ambiance, huh? Hopefully. There we go. Just enjoying the music. I'm not sure if it's copyrighted or not. I'm not sure, but we shall find out if it is indeed copyrighted, huh? Not a big deal. Now in the comments, if you guys could, I would love if you guys tell me what you're working on in your current game. If you could tell me, you know, what you enjoy most doing in here. Any little like tips or tricks that you guys would recommend would be awesome. Like I said, I'm just getting into the old school space. Really enjoyed playing when I was a kid. I started in 2009 when I was about 9 years old. Never really got crazy big bossing or anything. But I wouldn't mind getting more into it. But yeah, if you guys have any tips, tricks, or suggestions on what you think I should do, I would love to hear it. I know one of them has probably already moved the game recording symbol from right over my mini-map. It's kind of frustrating, but it's something we're gonna just have to deal with. At least for this video. I will move it for the next one. I guess what I could talk about is other things here. Right now I'm really trying to get back into reading again. I was really on top of it for a few years. I really enjoyed the Sword of Truth series by Terry Goodkind. And now I'm trying to fill that void of a huge, long fantasy series with Robert Jordan's That's Wheel of Time. Partially inspired by the fact that the show came out. I refused to watch it until I finished the books, so hopefully they continue it all the way so that when I finish the books and I'm caught up, I can watch a bunch of seasons, but it's okay. The one I'm really frustrated about is the one everyone's frustrated about. But Game of Thrones. I mean, I think it's ridiculous. It's been years and years and years since the last Song of Ice and Fire book came out. And I've heard some things about basically, you know, people are worried about his health, which rightfully so. He is a larger dude and a little on the older side, so it's a little concerning that, you know, he hasn't finished his book or really been able to prove how much progress he's made. It is nice to see some of the other stuff around the universe, but the problem is you gotta support the universe that exists. Yes, but it almost feels like, if you don't even finish the core books that got you to where people cared about your universe, it just feels wrong, I'm hoping that I'll eat my words in the next year or two and he'll publish both, because I believe what he's saying is he wants to publish Winds of Winter and I can't think of the other one now. It's something to spring, but together. And I was reading and I was like, well, what happens if he passes away? And the classic series that reminds you of that is, Robert Jordan's, again, The Wheel of Time. You look at it, and I think it was Brandon Sanderson. Yeah, Brandon Sanderson ended up finishing it. It was awesome. George R. R. Martin, from something I read years ago, perhaps his view has changed, and perhaps it was just speculation, but I read somewhere that he had told his wife, or told people that he told his wife to burn the manuscripts if he dies, not to let anyone finish them, which I think is tough, because yes, this is your own intellectual property, of course, but you have so many people enthralled with your series, just absolutely in love with it, and you did not finish it, even though just because it's not you finishing it doesn't seem like a fitting end for such a great series, So it would be a real shame to not see it finished, or at least for him to not see that. And of course, I understand, it's, again, his own intellectual property. It's really tough. You don't want to give that credit to someone else, but I don't think that you'll care too much when you're dead. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Ow! Sorry, my doggy is getting a little nippy, a little puppy. But yeah, I think that George R. R. Martin, while it obviously is within his rights to not have someone finish the manuscript, finish the books, it is tough. And another one that I'm getting a little antsy for is the last book, potentially the last book in the Kingkiller Chronicles. Really excellent writing for the most part. I see some complaints about it. I haven't had any qualms or issues with it, but I can understand that people view things differently than how I would, and that is tough with writing, because some people will enjoy a lot of prose and talking about like landscape and description, which I do for the most part, but like my main thing is, and this may be quite the inflammatory statement, I would say that I think that some of the high fantasy novelists we have today, much like sports over a period of time, are better than their predecessors. J.R. Tolkien, for example, obviously got the whole thing started. Him and C.S. Lewis really got this started with these huge sprawling worlds. But I think they've just been improved upon, and sometimes I would just get a little frustrated with how much description there was, with not as much driving action, which I think is common in some of these books. But when it's only 3 books, and a lot of it is just that, I think it makes it really difficult. Because, like, for example, I am only finishing up the 3rd book now of The Wheel of Time, and there's enough action that you're just like, you're engaged, and I've read that changes around book 6 or 7, which I think is common with these longer series. I just feel as though I just want to turn the page of Lord of the Rings, you have that same effect, of course, but it's just, isn't that urge, isn't it like, oh, I want to stay up all night and just read? And that's my opinion. Of course, you know, other people may have a very different one. It's literally a legendary series, so there are definitely going to be some differing opinions there. Anyways, guys, once I finish this inventory here, I'm just going to hop on off, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe, and I will talk to you all soon, and I hope you enjoy it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, don't, whatever. I just hope you enjoyed the video, and give me some feedback. I'm really trying to work on this, okay? Thank you so much, guys, and have a